Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my 124 amazing subscribers. Where's my? I gotta look this way. Um, I lost one. I was up to 125, down back to 124. So I'll say it again. If there's something in my videos that you would like to see or don't like seeing before you unsubscribe to my channel, just send me a text, let me know. Maybe I can help you out. Again, we're in the Krakens Lair, like not in the normal Egyptian Krakens Lair, because I did some construction on this room, so that room is sort of like hotmess.com. But you know, here's another layer of the Krakens Lair. Al Hardy did comment on he likes the fish tank. I like the fish tank. I got another one in the other room through the involvement of my daughter, who showed up one day with a turtle and had it in a Tupperware with a little bit of water and some grass. And I was like, well, we can do better than that. And then I felt sort of sad for the turtle. So I was like, well, you know, he needs some friends. So I'll go get some goldfish. And I thought that like most of them would like, you know, not make it a week or two, but like they're making it. It's like 2 years later, some of them are like getting big. That's not about comic books. Subscriber shout out to Woodbine Scab, a newer person that has commented on a number of my videos. And I always love comments, you know, like really any comment. You know, Dan, turn the camera the other way. Dan, you know, whatever. Like, I always appreciate to know that people are watching. So Woodbine Scab, Barbarian Kung Fu, another new edition. You're gonna like this because there's some monster comics coming. Now, I have been sort of under the weather for like the last couple of days, and some stuff going on. So I've been really wanting to make a video for a couple of weeks now, and I keep getting comic books that arrive, and so now like again I have a sort of stockpile. So I don't want to like shoot the moon and show all of them. So depending on what shows up in some of these, it's going to sort of tailor the direction that this video goes. So I'm going to flip the screen, and there are a couple of comics that I pre-live unboxed, just have something to show you. This is a newer comic, and you know, Nostalgic Pod Blast, Chance acting demo. I don't buy too many newer comics. But when something catches my eye, I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. Not for any, like, you know, appreciation value or as a spec book. It's just because I love monsters. So apparently they're doing a new run of Werewolf by Night. And I'm going to flip the screen. And there it is. And I really love the full moon in the eye. The rendition of his mouth is just brilliant. You know, at this point, I don't know how much comic book art is helped via computers or actually like drawn and painted, but like, man, I really love this. It's a variant edition. They did a couple different artists to do different copies of this cover, but this one like really spoke to me. It wasn't expensive, like with shipping and stuff, like call it less than $10. I really, really love this. This just came in the mail. Universal Monsters. Frankenstein. Looks like Image Comics. Issue number 1. I really like that. And you know, I watched a channel like where like he was like flipping through this book, and there's some really, really cool interior artwork. Once again, not a spec book. It's I like monsters. So, Werewolf by Night number 1, Frankenstein number 1. I had to get you back in the collection. I'm gonna flip the screen again just to show you guys. I got again a stack of stuff, and we're gonna do this one because it's a standout just by how it's packaged. Always appreciate people that know how to package comic books well, that put in additional backing boards on this. They did put in multiple places, do not bend. I've had lots of trouble with my mail service. I'd turn it, well, I guess I could do this, so there's no personal information. You know, that's backwards, but please do not bend. Gemini mailer, always a good idea. I will tip again to people, like, if you use blue painter's tape on the interior, like not the exterior of your box or however you're packaging it, but if you use blue painter's tape, it's sticky, so it does its job of sticking. But see, well, they did it on the interior. Good on you, seller. Let's see if there's a name on the seller. I don't know if this is like his eBay selling thing, so I don't necessarily want to give out his full name. But it is Jerry in Paducah, Kentucky. Okay. It looks like interior cardboard protection, which is always a good idea. Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, this seller went above and beyond. Like, so Gemini mailer, which is great. I can repurpose that to sell comics. Additional interior cardboard protection, which is always good. Keeps the book flat. Okay, cool. All right, all right. See, and this blue painter's tape, it just peels right off. It doesn't put pressure on the comic book. It doesn't leave a residue on the bag. It's really simple to get off, but it held it in place. It did its job, and that's what it's supposed to do. Okay. So, like I said, they're like, this is where the comic book video could go in a couple different directions. So, this is going to go in this direction. This, I'm going to flip the screen. Lady Death Scorched Earth, number 1. Now, for people that are comic book collectors, you will note that this is an homage cover to, I don't know if it's like Captain America number 1, but it's a very early Captain America. And I don't know, probably about like 2 years ago, I really fell in love with these. And I don't have, you know, the Captain America issue to juxtapose with this one, but I really love these. So I got this one. Signed. Obviously, this is an homage to Journey into Mystery 83. This is an homage to Conan the Barbarian #1. And so I do have that one here. So I thought to sort of show, side by side. Oh, that glare. Like, they did a really good job of, get you out, of sort of capturing the style of the cover that they're doing the homage to. Now, I thought this was interesting to note. They did, sorry people, sorry. They did this. They call it like a damaged variant. So if this picks up, this is not actually damage on the comic book. This bit where it looks like there's like somebody put like a coffee cup is actually a part of the artwork. This right here, where it looks like it's a worn part, is a part of the artwork. This that looks like there's a chip out is a part of the artwork. It's not a part of the comic book. This down here. So I'm gonna put this here for a second just so I can talk about this. Oh no. Okay. So this sort of got me thinking, like, for graders, where there's damage to this artwork and trying to like figure out, like, is this a real crease or is this artwork to look like a crease? How difficult would that be to navigate? And I've got one that I can show you that's graded, and I mean this would probably grade like at least a 9.6, and I'm like, how difficult must that be to sort of like figure out, like, is this real actual factual damage? I mean, once you lay it flat, I guess you could tell. But I'm not a professional grader. I don't pretend to be. The other thing this got me thinking about was, like, with facsimile comic books. Let's use the word forgeries, to where it's the cover. It's the interior of the cover. It's every single page. It's all the ads. And with the improvements and, whether it's, I don't know what format they're using, computers, printers, whatever, that at some point, is it not going to be like really difficult to tell if it's like a golden record reprint and there's differences? You can't pull a fast one and go, oh yeah, this is an original Journey into Mystery 83 because it doesn't have the 12 cents, it doesn't have the number 83, numerical number on it, or what have you. But as technology is getting better, and they're just doing like whatever, like screenshots. I don't have the vocabulary. Like, isn't it gonna get really, really difficult to tell? Is this an actual factual original comic book, or is it a facsimile reprint? I guess at that point it could go into like paper quality, but as we've seen with recent scams, if there's profit to be made, somebody's going to exploit that. So could you not buy non-valuable comics from the 70s, bleach the paper to have the paper, to then do some computer printing magic and go, oh yeah, here's a Hulk 181, here's an Amazing Spider-Man number 129. That's above my pay grade, but I did think it was worthy of note. So here's a couple more, because I thought it was really cool. So, homage to... I gotta do better with this. To Ghost Rider number 1. And like I said, they've done a really good job. Like, sort of, homage to the artwork, This one is also signed. Thought that was cool. I don't own many signed books. I don't chase signatures. I do see where it does add value. I guess if like, you really like, Stan Lee's signature, Jack Kirby's signature, whatever. Obviously, homage, Captain America number 1. That's pretty cool. Now, this is a thick issue, and this is one of those, like, if I would have it graded. It's got this crease just because it's a thick issue. But if I had that fixed, I would think all of these would be, above 9 candidates. Now, this is another one where it's intended to look distressed. So this looks like a chip. That's not a chip. This, it looks like the corner's missing out. Nope, it's not. This is another, like, where it looks like, Dad set his coffee cup on it. Nope. All of this, nope. That's artwork, not damage. And I thought that was, like, really cool. So here's... if I can get it. Here's a graded one. Obviously, an homage to Star Wars number 1, 9/4 CGC. I thought that was really cool. Tomb of Dracula, Lady Drac. Similar thing where, like, that is not damaged, although it looks like it is. This graded a 9.8. And, you know, once again, sort of like side by side. I mean, like, such a good job of the homage. Now, you know, I wish I had this one to do the side by side. Homage, Action Comics #1. Another sort of a damaged edition where that's artwork. That's artwork. It's a 9.4. And like I said, I mean, these are not, I haven't even looked up the recent value of these. There's a Lady Death #1 issue. I haven't looked up what these are worth. I just really like the homage covers. I think the most expensive one was the Star Wars #1 homage cover I bought. It was already graded. But other than that, like most of them were like you know, $20 or something, and I just thought it was like really really cool. For those of you who don't know, Lady Death came from Evil Ernie. The #1 edition of Evil Ernie, actually, you know, it goes for a couple $100. And high grade, it can cost a little bit more. It wasn't highly collectible at the time, but it spawned Lady Death, and who knew? You know, it's sort of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, who knew? So that's Evil Ernie Revenge 3. There's #4. And these are really violent comics. You know, you'll note there is no, you know, approved by the Comics Code Authority. These are very violent comics, and I want to say like probably early 90s this came out. I've got some like, you know, trade paperback of the first Evil Ernie comic books. And like, yeah, man, it's wildly violent, like not meant for children. So I'm gonna flip the screen. I'm 23 minutes in. Like I said, there's I have a lot, and different issues of these we're going to sort of create like different videos. So I had like, you know, different comic books set up here to sort of like illustrate the point. But I love these Lady Death homage covers, and there's tons. Like the Plug Frankenstein #1, Night Nurse, Chance. You know, I love Night Nurse. There's one of that. The Living Mummy, Doctor Strange #1. There's a whole bunch of them. And like I said, I was like sort of going down the rabbit hole. I was like, and I was doing this, excuse me, frog in my throat. When, during the Rovid, comic books were getting like so stupid expensive, the collector in me is like, well, you know, I got to find comic books to collect. And I stumbled on these. And I mean, there's like one, you know, it's like, you know, Son of Satan 13 or something. But I found these homage covers, and I was like, this is really cool. Like, this makes me happy. So, you know, what they're worth or what they might be worth or whatever. I just really had fun, like, sort of like adding these to the collection. And that's what comic book collecting is about. It's not a flow chart. It's not, a pie graph on algorithms of, this book was worth this and I love the covers and, the interior stories and stuff, and where, I didn't have to like handle it with like kid gloves, like, oh, I just spent, $1,200 on this comic book, and, oh no, don't even look at it, don't touch it, to where I spent very little money on it and was really able to enjoy them. So I was gonna, like, yeah, like, to me, like, this is like really fun. To me, this is really fun. Really fun. Oh, it's gonna really fun. Really fun. It's like, yeah, I had to come up with a better system. But like, yeah, man. So here's the newest one. And I'm loving them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I still got like 5 comic books to unbox, but there's one of them that deals with a specific character that I love, and without giving it away, Barbarian Kung Fu. I'll just let you see this little guy I got back in, well, like the early 70s, because I love this character who shall not be named yet. And there's one of the comic books in there that is continuing Gerber. This run of comics. So 28 minutes in. Everybody enjoy comics, enjoy comic book collecting. Thank you for watching the Krakens Lair Comics. I love comics, and I love like really interesting, weird comics. What Chance calls Danny books. I love them, and I will continue to love them because they do make me happy. And I will do another video soon and do more unboxings. Barbarian Kung Fu. There's a couple cool monster stuff in here. Like, you'll dig it the most. So continue watching. Hit the like thing, whatever, tell a friend of yours that likes comics, hey, check this out. It'd be awesome, but whatever. I collect comics. I am not collecting subscribers, but I appreciate every single one of you that takes the time to watch, and I'll say that every video because I do. I love doing this. It's something I'm passionate about. I don't have flashy technology, so I know there's much more entertaining channels, but I like to think I show maybe some comic books that you don't see every single day, and so maybe like that's like a little niche for the Krakens Lair. Like, here's some books from the depths of lairs you're not familiar with, and I will continue to do it, you know, till like I get down to 1 subscriber. Then I'm like, all right, hanging up my spurs, you know. But till that, I'm gonna keep on trucking. So shout out Woodbine Scab, Barbarian Kung Fu, Al Hardy, Chance Acting Demo, We Love Comics, Mint Hunter Comics, who's probably never seen a single one of my videos, but that's cool. Alex, the Comic Hoarder, who was instrumental in taking me from like 20 some subscribers to like doubling that. This is years ago. He probably doesn't watch my videos. That's okay. I still love you, Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Shout out to my lovely and amazing wife. And I guess shout out to my mom, who I think subscribed to my channel recently. So, Jane, welcome aboard. Everybody have a great evening. Enjoy comics. Enjoy comic collecting. I'll see you next video.